on that topic, Aiden, how back are you guys? You guys won a
We are
tournament?
so not back.
Okay.
We are like
I didn't want
the
to be too
least,
insulting,
the
but
least amount of back you could imagine us being. I feel like
I was gonna ask
it
you
was like,
if your tournament was more like just kind of a spurt luck sort of thing, or if you were actually like a monster team. Because our last we just recorded an episode, and we recorded that episode, you talked about the downs of being like at the bottom as a team. Right. We talked about
yeah.
all that. And then like a week later you win a tournament. And I was like, did they make a change that quickly that all of a sudden they went from 0 to 100? Like I kind of doubt that.
I mean, I thought I already explained this part, but the hack
Hmm.
came in and he said very
Right, right,
basic things, spoke the language of truth,
The
and we
language
were
of
like,
facts, yeah.
dude, he literally took 2 seconds to fix our team. Um, but no, on a serious note, I guess, I mean, we were all really trying for, like, we genuinely were trying, but I think this is the part that's like hard to understand as someone that isn't, if you're not in this world, you won't be able to grasp it, but like, you can be trying your best, but if you don't have the, like, the desire to actually be good, you just won't be. You could be trying, like, putting in like what you think is your 100%, but it's really just 80% of what you're like capable of when you're motivated, when you really want to do the work and all that. And I think for whatever reason, and like, go look at our pro trackers or whatever. I don't know if you can do it anymore, but like Mickey still wasn't playing pubs. Like, it's not like, for whatever reason, at least, like, we swapped drafters. Uh, I can just say from inside the team, I feel like Mickey was like a changed man. I think the burden
Yeah.
of drafting was quite heavy for him, and I think it affected him quite a lot in terms of his mood. And in many ways, I think he's like the heart of our team, where he's like, the guy that's sailing like nice when we get kills, and like, he just like gives good energy.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of gone while he was drafting. So when Niche took on that role a bit more, I think that gave Mickey more space to like turn to that guy a bit, which helped a lot during the event. I think, especially when you're like in a downturn, having like someone hype it up, the rest of us can pick it up, push it forward together. It was really good. And then I think just naturally for Team Liquid, whoever is drafting you cares more. So usually you want whoever cares the least draft, and that makes them like a lot more involved in everything. At least I can say this has been true more than one time, and I think for this event, it really got Nisha like motivated. And I mean, I don't know if this is too much into detail, but like, for example, during our scrims, let's just say people tend to watch streams, like have a side conversation with William about Taylor Swift during the draft. Like, this is like normal behavior.
A classic.
William will just be in the room and say like the most random things during the draft until like last pick, and then it'll be like, Bam Lycan, pick Void Spirit, and everyone will be like, William, no, and then we do something else. But like, that's like, and then he's like, I'm trying, I'm contributing. You guys want from but yeah, when Nisha was drafting, it was none of that. Like, if someone's like talking about some random stuff, he's like, focus on draft. And he will like, after one day of doing the job, he's like, I don't want to draft anymore. You guys are not trying. And he's usually the one like not really,
Yeah.
fully
Yeah.
zoned in always.
The class clown had to be the teacher for a day, and he didn't like it so much, huh?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's always the case, but like,
Sure.
with all of our dips, ups and downs, like, people are more or less motivated. I do it sometimes. I was like playing Guild Wars during draft, whatever. Everyone on our team is guilty except maybe like Saber, Neta. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody else guilty at some point. So I think that really helped. However, we now have box draft for this next coming tournament, and I can say our scrim drafts have been. So I do
You
not
cut
think
out there.
we are
which
back.
was
Cut out what
pretty
word
Our
did you
drafts
say
have
you
been
cut out?
interesting. Interesting.
Ah.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. Because it looked like you said something else.
What did it look like? Is that?
Oh, I mean, it kind of. I just assumed that you said dog shit. So.
No, they've been interesting. All right, we've been doing things that has. But Asthenia wants creativity. There has been creativity in our script. All right,
So
and let's
much
just say
creativity sometimes.
a lot. No, a lot of creativity. Like, I can't leak, but heroes being played in places that you would not expect to be played in. And that's not all of our games, but it's been quite exciting. So For those of you guys that don't know, Boxy is like a little bit of a hero hipster,
Yes.
and I think when he's in the position to make other people hero hipsters, interesting thing unfold.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
you guys will figure out something really cool for the next tournament. But I guess my biggest burning question is, what does this mean long term for Liquid? Because Nisha was obviously done after that. Like he that post tournament interview, he was like,
It feels pretty bad.
yeah, fuck this, I don't want to draft. Like you could just feel it off of him. So what is Liquid gonna do for the long term? If you want to relieve Mickey of the burdenship of drafting, somebody's got to step up to the plate.
That sounds like future problem. And at
Mm.
Team Liquid, we live in the present.